Alright guys, we are back again. So today I am going to be showing you how to tint the back window of an SUV. This is a 2020 Subaru Crosstrek. So one thing I've already done is kind of prepped the back window for shrinking. I've pulled the rear windshield wiper and then cleaned the window. And then I took a dryer sheet, it got the window a little wet, and dryer sheet and went over it. What this does, you can kind of see it puts a film layer of on there, and that allows your window tint to be able to slide across the window as you shrink. Now, typically while that's drying, I will get the whole car laid out. So I have a plotter right there with some software that pre-cuts all my tint for the vehicles, so you can see driver side, passenger side. I'm going to do a little sun strip on this one, just small, and then back window. It's all pre-cut, ready to go, so we don't ever do any cutting on the car. A lot safer and better setup, just a lot more accurate. All right, so the layer I put on is pretty well dry. This is just shop towel folded up. I'm gonna wet it down. You may have seen other videos where it says H method. I just do a straight line right across, just like that. Then I will take the film itself, set it on here. So I usually set one side. Here, let's go up a hair just so I don't have to fight that windshield wiper actuator. Okay, set that. And then I'll pull snugly this way and I'll bring my squeegee across. So basically I pre-stretch the film almost, if you want to use a term like that. Kind of layers it out. You don't have to shrink quite as much, just a little bit smoother process. Like I said, a lot of people use the H. They'll put liquid, that like use that rag to make an H pattern. I don't use the rag to do it. I just kind of do it as I shrink. So just different preferences. You'll kind of, if you plan on doing this quite a bit, you'll kind of get the hang of it and figure out what works for you the best and what you want to do, kind of go from there. But get your heat gun hot and just kind of go through. You can see the film start kind of shrinking down, getting smaller. Kind of got to look at it as your heat shrinking the film to the window. So now with these ones, sometimes it's hard to get all the way up because of the spoiler. I'll show you kind of what I do. I go as far as I can, and then I will actually, when it's on the inside, kind of just touch it up as we're applying it. So another thing to note, window tint only shrinks one direction. So if I got fingers out over here, they will not shrink down. I gotta work them to where they're up and down. You wanna make sure your fingers are up and down. So we're almost there. A little bit more up top, and kind of see the finger right in there. Another thing I've seen guys do is they'll get the bottom shrunk and then they'll pull the film down and shrink the top to where they don't have to deal with the spoiler at all. That's another way you can do it. This just a little faster and easier for me, so I do it this way. Okay, top is shrunk. Another thing to note, so when I'm done, it won't be perfectly flat on here, and that is because of the templates I have, well, pre-cutting pretty much. See this extra right here, kind of shrunk up. That corner shrunk just enough. Once I get it on the window and get the cover paper off, protective layer, that will sit just fine. And if it doesn't, I can use a teeny bit of heat in my hard card and we'll get her down. I'm not too worried about that. Another thing I want to point out, so I'm not saying this is the best way to do it or the 100% right way. This is just kind of what works for me. This is why I do all the cars I do this way. Because, well, like I said, it works for me. So, if you got other ways to do it or watching this video, just go ahead and post it down in the comments, you know what I mean? I'm always open to learn different techniques, different ways, things like that. So I actually kind of overshrunk this a little until I think it's just the liner that's overshrunk, but that's why it's pulling up like that. Yeah, that film shrunk down to size, good to go. I'll try and do this, getting a little bit of dust out of the air that may be in the air. Now, another thing I use that you guys may have heard before is the reverse roll method. I use that on all back windows. Every back window I do pretty much is a reverse roll method. Just because it is easier to keep kind of control of the vinyl or tint, sorry, and put it on there without any dust or any other flaws becoming a part of it when you do it that way. What you do is spray under the liner, put the liner back down, and come over and do this side. So one thing you want to try to avoid at all costs is touching this after you pulled the liner. You got plenty of solution on there. Most cars, if they're clean, really kind of helps that they are. What I will do is then you roll this up like so. But this car is pretty spotless, so I feel good enough about setting this up here. I don't think, well, you know what, actually I'll have it on my bench. We'll set a little deal here so it don't roll off. We'll go right there. Okay. Maybe like that. There. Perfect. Okay, that's ready to go when we're ready to put it on. Clean the outside real quick again. Now, another thing I could have done before rolling it up that probably would have helped it stay clean is just, so I got glass here and I got glass over here for peel boards. That's another thing that just kind of helps keep things cleaner, kind of less chance of dirt and crap getting in the way. We'll take this out. This is effectively probably not going to be seen anymore with how dark we're doing these. So then I'll take my either blue or white scrubbing pad. It's important not to use the green ones and stuff. You want to get the scratch free if you can. Buffing pads, yeah, just scrub these with. And then hopefully this video's turn out all right. It's the first time I'm using the headgear of this GoPro, so if not, I apologize. Usually I have a helper here that I can make hold the camera, but he is gone camping. It's a Friday afternoon and he got out here, so which I don't blame him. If you guys never been camping in Utah, something you definitely got to put on your bucket list. The mountains here are gorgeous. So I scrubbed that whole window down like that, and then I call this my finished squeegee. I start at the top, kind of work down, just making sure this window is spotless. So there. Okay, so now that's all done, what I'm going to do is really kind of try to flush the edges. Always want to make sure you flush your edges on everything. That's a crazy amount of dirt will hide up in those edges. Then I'll come back over here, grab my film. So I hold the backing down to here. I don't know if you guys see that, but I hold the backing onto the roll and let the film start to unroll itself off, like so. You can unroll, what, 8-10 inches, and then this window's kind of different. You gotta come in from below and go up. See how the backing's just coming off? That literally gives it 2 seconds between the time that the backing comes off to when it touches the window for dirt to get under there, which is awesome because, I mean, it's almost not going to happen in that amount of time. I mean, I have seen it done. I have done it. Don't get me wrong, it does happen, just not very likely. Okay, you want to make sure you check all your edges, make sure all the light gaps covered, and then center out, center out. I'll usually do a couple passes, just kind of really get the fluid out of there. And I start in the center here, work my way out, working out. Like I said, if this isn't catching all of it, I apologize. Next ones I will have my helper help with, and we will get better videos out for you. I just wanted to get something out for you guys, give you kind of a gist on the process. See how that's kind of bunched up right there? I'll use a little bit of heat and we'll get that out in a minute. This side will probably do the same. And it did. Alright guys, I just want to say sorry about that. The battery died on the GoPro and I wanted to get these fingers down before any debris had much chance to get up in them. But you can see, so got them down. They went out pretty quick with the heat gun. Just put a little bit of heat on them. As soon as they start to wrinkle up, just swipe them out. They go away. And when you're done, take hard card and just seal all your edges. There you go, just like that. And you have a tinted window. That is it. Any questions or inquiries, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you're in Salt Lake and you don't want to do this yourself, feel free to bring it by us. Elite Vinyl Works in Murray. We'll get you taken care of. But yeah, that's how you tint a back window. More videos to come. I'll probably do another one, just kind of show you guys a little bit better when my helper's here and he can kind of video for me, get a little bit better quality. Oh yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll try to answer them.